Hello and welcome to YourTown television program. I'm your host, Paula Joy MacNab. And as always, I have a fabulous guest to share with you. She's a woman I have had the privilege of meeting recently, and her story so intrigued me that I felt I had to share it with you. It's very poignant. I think that you will be taken by it. You will learn something, and it will be time well spent. Welcome to the program, Laurabeth.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, Laurabeth Messimer, you are the CEO of a program called GI Josie.
I am.
And I was so struck by the very name of it, what it entails, what it's about, and I recognized in you some passion and some heart about this. So please tell us the background about what is GI Josie and what made you start this amazing program.
That's huge. Okay.
Yes.
GI Josie. GI Josie is it's a nonprofit organization created for the benefit of women veterans who've been sexually assaulted while serving in the military and now suffer from the trauma from that, as well as the PTSD that is inextricable. It comes along with it. We started it. My brother and I started it when my daughter, who was in the Navy, was assaulted while she was serving. She subsequently filed a report with regards to that assault, and the word came back to her that she was going to have to learn to live with it because these things happen in the military. And
how long ago was that, Laurabeth?
That was quite a while ago. That was right after the towers went down, so it was 2001, 2002.
Okay.
Subsequently, we learned that the demographic that my daughter was in at that time was not only the highest demographic to be neglected at discharge, but also to commit suicide within 3 years of discharge. And we went, no, not okay. So we started looking we had a vision in our mind what we would like if we were suffering and we needed some help.
Of course.
And so we looked around and we couldn't find anything. And so he and I created GI Josie. And the ultimate goal is to have a residential ranch where these women can live and heal and access programs 24 hours a day. Because you don't heal just when the doctor's office is open. You need stuff.
Well, you said that, and that was so powerful to me. I think what you said was, you don't heal from 9 to 5.
No, you don't heal.
And
I mean, when I've got a
true is
cold, it's
that?
just not, I don't wake up and go, 9 o'clock, I'm feeling crummy.
Yeah.
So it is, you're sick while you're sick, and that's when you need the services, and that's when you need the help. And it's no different for these women. In fact, it's huge for these women when they wake up and they have night sweats or they have tremors or they have anxiety attacks. Whatever they have, they need to deal with it right then and there, not just
Yes.
wait until 2 o'clock on Tuesday when they can talk to somebody.
Yes.
So we have things available for them right then and there.
So again, hearkening back to some of the conversations that you and I have had, and they're so powerful, is things as simple to someone who has been fortunate enough to have not gone through an experience like that, or have had an experience of assault or invasion of your personal space, say, it's very natural for us to maybe reach out and touch someone on the hand, or put a hand on someone's shoulder.
Right.
How could some of these women take a very well-meaning gesture like that?
Well, you have to remember that their space has been violated in a really horrible way.
Yes.
And it's going to take many of them a long time to trust again, and to come on forcefully and give them a big hug or, or reach out could be very, very threatening to them. And so you really have to be mindful of what they're going through and ask, is it okay? Can I give you a hug? Do and that sort of thing. Just ask their permission, because you don't know where you don't know where they are in their healing.
Well, and I think the beauty of a program like this is it alerts all of us, myself included, because I came from a family where we all hugged and touched and so forth. And that was very natural.
Right.
And I had to really learn that in society today, everyone doesn't feel the way I feel.
Right.
And it sounds so stupid and obvious, well, of course, but my natural instinct to reach out and, pat you on the arm or say something is not really appropriate at all times without the permission So
Right.
it's incumbent upon us
Mm-hmm.
to have the sensitivity to everyone.
Right, exactly.
Men, women, children.
Right.
You know, and we pat kids on the head. Well, what an invasion of their privacy,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm just now thinking about this.
Right. Uh-huh.
You know?
So I'm the same way. I tend to be overly emotional, and I tend to I love to hug people. I think that hugs are really important.
Yeah.
I think that human touch is really important.
Yes.
There's studies going way back on babies with regards
Sure.
to human touch is huge. But to someone who has been so violently attacked or violated, it really is a different story, and they really
it
do.
is.
Right, and they do, in my opinion, they do need to give their permission to, you know, accept a hug or even, like you said, a hand on the shoulder and that sort of thing, because you don't know what their background is.
Right. And it sounds like some of what you're doing, which is so great, is bringing awareness to some of the sensitivity training in some of your programs, and just even a conversation like this, to let people know, hey, this is something that's real for people. We need to all bring an awareness
Absolutely.
to an issue like this.
And awareness and acknowledgement that
Yes.
it actually happens.
Yes.
There are women in the military that have been violated that now just stay within their own little comfort zone because of what has happened to them.
And that comfort zone's probably gotten a lot smaller.
And it's gotten a
hasn't
lot
it?
smaller, right? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to let them know that we're in no way, shape, or form going to minimize what happened to them, but
Right.
they've got a bigger life ahead of them.
Yes.
And we want to be able to help them reach that.
Right. And so in doing that, I know that you've put together a variety of programs. Touch on some of those programs, Laurabeth.
Oh my goodness, we have so many. We couldn't do this without these wonderful, awesome directors that have come forward, and they're all giving of their time and their energies and their knowledge, and they're to be commended for that. We'll start with Mita Christiani, who is sitting in the next room.
Yes, yes.
Hopefully going to be chatting with you soon.
Right.
She started a program called Don't Do Doormat, and that's morphed into an energy balancing program, and and she teaches energy centering and
Yes.
understanding boundaries, understanding how to react when people breach those boundaries and that sort of thing. We have Jacqueline Cabot, who is a transplant from New York, and she teaches comedy improv, and she gets together and she teaches these women how to deal with situations in a comedic way and in a comfortable way and in a way that they can immediately take with them when they
I would think
leave.
that would be such a valuable immediate tool in their toolbox.
Absolutely.
And this is what it sounds like you're giving these women.
Right.
Is some tools to deal with what
Absolutely.
and that comedic response or understanding or something sounds brilliant.
It's wonderful, and it's worked beautifully. And Elsa Rivera, who teaches our Blue Water Project, and which is everything above the water, in the water, around the water, and she's taught these women to surf and to bodyboard. And we had one woman who was really, really afraid to even get into her wetsuit. She was just afraid of the water. Elsa, she's so gentle. She just walked her out into the water, helped her understand the waves and the pattern. By the time the whole thing was over, this gal was laughing and joking and having a good time. And to overcome a huge fear like that can be translated into anything in your life.
Anywhere in your life.
Yeah, and that's exactly what that's what we're doing. Our equine program will soon be back up and running, and there's just a myriad of
talk to us
statistics,
about that.
of studies with regards. In fact, there's a lot of programs out there with regards to equine therapy for not only for veterans but for children who are disabled or children or anybody actually.
Course.
And there's nothing like bonding with a horse. You have to be right there. They're prey animals, and so they're uber alert on everything that's going on, and so they feel what you're feeling. And if you're apprehensive and if you're frightened, they're going to pick up on that, and the relationship isn't going to be one that is comfortable for you.
Right.
So it really teaches you to be in the now, be in the present, and when you do that, everything else falls away, and all of a sudden you're okay for that time. You're out there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm okay for that time.
Where do you
That's
have
huge.
that program? It sounds like you had it and you're going to have it again.
It was at a ranch in Aromas, and we're in negotiations now to try to get it. It went on hiatus for a while, and we're in negotiations to get that back up and running again.
Wow, those programs are so powerful, Laurabeth.
hugely
They are
powerful.
life-changing.
Yeah. And what we're going to do when the ranch is up and running, except the ocean, everything is going to be available to these women 24 hours a day.
Right.
So the things that Meet is doing, they will be incorporated into what is available to them at 2 o'clock in the morning when they wake up and they need to talk to someone. And more important than that, when they're up at 2 in the morning, someone else is going to be up at 2 in the morning, and that's where the real healing is going to take place.
Right.
That's when a vet is going to heal a vet, and they're on the same wavelength. They've got it. They don't have to explain themselves. In fact, they probably can just sit and be and heal
Because they get it.
because they get it.
How many women are in the program, and what are you targeting? What kind of numbers are you looking at?
Right now, we have about 20 that we have reached out to and we've spoken with.
Wow.
Some have moved out of state. Some have gone back to school. So about 10 right now that are really active in the programs.
Fantastic.
Our goal is to have the ranch, and it'll have 60 women on it, expandable to 72, and we will also have children. The women will be able to heal with their children, because a lot of women, a lot of programs and organizations don't take the children into consideration. And you have to think, when mom leaves to go into the military as one person and comes back as another person, what is that little person supposed to do? What are they thinking? What do they do? And there's really nothing set up for that. So everything that's available for mom is also available for the child.
And I want to circle back to the ranch in a few minutes, but I know you've got some more programs that you provide. I want to have you get a chance to tell those.
Oh my goodness. We've got one called Master Your Thrive. This high certified Master Your Thrive. High certified performance coach who has come in, and she is teaching the women how to get to that goal that they want to reach. She's helping them see what they can be. This is where you want to do, this is how you're going to get there. And step by step we'll take them through that, so that they can leave the past behind them and they can heal from it and they can move forward and have the life that they want to have.
So in the format right now, before you get to the ranch, and I'm saving that for the end.
That's okay.
That's the best bit. Where is this taking place? Where are you able to work with these women and meet with these women right now?
Within Monterey County, they're dotted all over the place. The Wellspring Church in Pacific Grove has been a huge, wonderful partner and has offered up a lot of space for us when we have programs or our board meetings and that sort of thing. We really appreciate them stepping up and helping us out in that regard. And also obviously the Carmel down at the ocean, at the end of Ocean Street.
Yes,
as well.
at the ocean.
That's the ocean.
That would be nature providing that.
Yeah, exactly. And she does a great job.
She does a wonderful job.
Yeah. So a lot of times now we do use Wellspring, but there are other places within Monterey County where we hold it, like the ranch. We couldn't do that at the church.
So let's talk about the ranch.
Yes. The ranch is going to be, it's going to be a residential ranch. These women will have responsibilities just like they live in a home. Everyone will have daily chores and that sort of thing. It's not a place where you can sit and shut the blinds and be in your room. The object is to get out, play in the garden, play with the horses, go to the meditation center, go to the red room, hit the punching bag. There'll be a myriad of things for them to do, and it's so that they can step away from themselves for a while and get into something that they really like. There'll be painting and all kinds of art. There'll be music. There'll be all kinds of programs available to them, because not everyone is going to like the horses and not everyone is going to want to play the piano. So there are a lot of things in between where these women can find something to do, and maybe they turn into master quilters. Who knows? So there's something there that they love to do, and we will find a way to help them work with that and grow with that.
So you have this concept of the ranch. So where will this be, and how will it be funded?
Northern Monterey County is where we're looking at a couple different properties up there. We have a capital campaign going. The board is just now finalizing all the details on that. We have an angel donor who has stepped up, wants to remain anonymous, has stepped up and will do half of whatever piece of property we pick up. So the minimum we're going to need is $750,000. So we have half of that right now going into today. So all we need is the other half, and we're ready to go. We're shovel ready. We've got everything ready to go. We just need the land in order to make this happen for these women.
So this is the perfect opportunity to let you tell how people can reach you.
Yes.
Should they want to be involved and to contribute and participate. So
Absolutely.
How do our
you can pick up the phone and call me, 831-632-9029. Get on, email me, lb@gijosie.org. Go to the website, gijosie.org. Facebook page, Twitter, however you want to get a hold of me. Carrier pigeons, smoke signals, do something.
This is a creative woman. She is a creative gal. Yeah.
So we need volunteers. We need financial support. We need to get this going for these women. They have earned the right to have a place to heal from these traumas, and we're trying to create that for them.
Absolutely. So what would a volunteer look like? How could someone volunteer? Say they didn't have a lot of money, but they had time.
We have fundraisers coming up where we need people to help us staff venues and that sort of thing, starting in June, right around the corner, as in Friday.
Yes.
We're going to be at the farmers market, so we're going to need people to be with us at the booth. I mean, all kinds of just in-person type stuff, where we need hands-on type of people to help us.
So some very specific ways that people. I always like to be very specific. Because if someone knows I've got 2 hours a week that I can give, and I feel passionate about this, this is how I can do it.
Right. We have a film festival coming up August 11th. It's going to be held at Miss at the Irvine Auditorium. We're going to need people to help us with that. Even the planning of that, we need people for that. We have a gala coming up in October. We're just now starting the plan in November. We're just starting the planning for that.
Right.
We have a music festival coming up. Actually, it's called Jammin' for Josie.
Jammin' for Josie. I love it.
That's coming up mid-July. We're going to need people to help us plan for that. So any kind of committee people, we would love to hear from you. We would love to have those people.
Right.
Yeah.
And just to wrap up, we just got another minute. Let's talk about dollars and cents again, because I think this is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. If anyone wants to and is able to contribute, Give the contact one more time.
Great. lb@gijosie.org. Telephone 831-632-9029. We do have a specific account set up for any capital contributions. Those are going to go into a straight account, and those will be released based on the approval of the board. So that money is set for the property. It is a capital campaign.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Laurabeth, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a delight.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And again, I just am so touched and impressed by the passion that this woman has, the commitment that she has to our women veterans. This has been Your Town television program. I'm your host, Paula Joy MacNab. Join us again.